How's it going, everyone? I want to talk about the dangers of extreme dieting. Now, the obvious uh, dangers of extreme dieting is, if you're starving yourself to lose weight, you're not getting nutrients. If you're running for hours on end on an empty stomach and you have no nutrients in your system, from starving, like I said, you're not going to have any energy during your workouts. That's going to increase your chances of passing out. Never know, might have to go to the hospital for dehydration. It can have a long-term effect on your kidneys, uh, and just a lot of problems. But also with extreme dieting, the more extreme the diet is, and the more extreme you are in general with health, with your exercise and your diet, there's an increased chance that you're going to rebound in a bad way and if you do even reach your goal. So let's say you're trying to lose 100 pounds in a small amount of time because you have a high school reunion to go to or a wedding, and you do lose the weight and you reach it in a quick period of time. Now, that is commendable that you've decided to try to do that, but if you're doing it in a really extreme manner and in a really unhealthy way, your body, once you reach your goal, it's going to go into, there's that feast or famine mode, and your body's very smart. And the more lower body fat you have, uh, once you decide to start to indulge a little bit after you reach your goal, it's going to want to hold on to every last bit of fat. That's why a lot of people that go on extreme diets, they tend to regain the weight back. You've heard a lot of stories, and you may be guilty of it too. I have nothing against you personally, because we're all human, but there's people that yo-yo constantly, right? They lose weight, they gain weight, they lose weight, they gain weight. And there's probably a lot of other factors that contribute to that. But I would say, a vast majority of them is probably because of extreme dieting. They put way too much pressure on themselves to lose the weight. They put way too much pressure to put on muscle in a short period of time. They're constantly comparing themselves to other people. And you see this even on shows like The Biggest Loser. I'm sure you've seen it on, I think it's NBC, where the former contestants over the years have, you know, talked about the show and said like how it was just, they couldn't keep up with that extreme regimen of working out 5 hours a day on the show because the NBC wanted ratings. And once they got back to regular life, it was just a complete 180. The show uh, didn't mimic reality, and because they want to show big numbers on the scale. And what happened inevitably is these people gained a lot of the weight back. So this can happen a lot. It happens with people that do physique competitions. Real quick, during my wrestling days, I did extreme dieting as well. I was extremely skinny. My body fat was single digit body fat, and at that point, you're basically, for me, I was just losing water weight. And I think the most I ever lost was 105, 10, maybe over 8 pounds of water weight in less than 24 hours. For people that, like UFC fighters and boxers, for guys that are a little bit bigger, that's not that bad. And that sounds kind of crazy, but in the wrestling world and in UFC and boxing talk, 8 pounds doesn't seem like that much. But when you're trying to make 105 pounds, which I was trying to do with extremely low body fat, and your body wants to hold on to every last, nutrient, it's very bad. It's very extreme. And so I would lose weight during the season. I'll make weight, and then I would reward myself after the weigh-ins with some indulgent food, get hydrated, and then my weight would go back up. Then I would have a competition a couple weeks later and I have to go back down, and I was yo-yoing. And what happened over the course of the season is it got so taxing on my body is every time I gained, after I made weight and then I gained the weight back, every time I gained the weight back throughout the season, that weight kept going higher and higher and higher. So I had to make 103 pounds. Eventually they gave you a 2 pound weight allowance, and I would try to keep it, okay, just try to keep it under 112. Then it would be like, oh, then I'd eat pizza, do this and that. Next thing you know, I weigh myself, oh, I'll be 113, then 114, then 115, then 116. I got to go back down to 103, 105. It's just back and forth, and it's extremely taxing on your body. Like I said, it is very unhealthy. So in a quick nutshell, definitely work out hard. I do recommend that. Stay regimented if you want to reach your goals, but it's not a sprint. Just remember that. And I'm sure you guys and gals already know that. I've mentioned this in the past, but it's easy to fall prey, to fall victim to this mentality of getting results quickly because Hollywood shoves these unideal, unrealistic images through magazines, TV, for various sorts of media, social media, Facebook, Instagram, the whole 9 yards. And then this whole mentality in general of always just, wanting to get information quickly. We're able to get information at our disposal at such an alarming rate. And I think that kind of trickles into the mentality of wanting things really fast. It's just on the go, gimme. So when you're used to, oh, I can get an Uber, call somebody, boom, pick me up. I want to order food, boom. You could even order at Starbucks. You can order it on your phone and have it picked up at the drive-thru. That mentality trickles over into this mentality of I want it quickly, I want it now, and no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But like I said, you don't want to jeopardize your health. 3 college wrestlers back in 1998 died of kidney failure and whatnot for losing like 18 pounds in a couple days, and they died. So not to scare you, but these types of things can occur. So be very careful. Just know that it is a journey, and the more extreme that you are, the increased chances of risking injury, your health, and an increased chance that you're going to relapse and probably put the weight back on. So that's it. Hopefully this video was a good reminder to everyone out there, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.